and let us all do we can to build a better future. So there's further fallout from Peter Hotez not wanting to debate RFK Jr. on Joe Rogan's podcast. Now, the thing is, Hotez compared the Joe Rogan show to be Jerry Springer. Okay, that's what you're calling it, right? Well, it wasn't too long ago, Mr. Hotez, Prof. Hotez, that you were on Rogan's show. Huh, what is this?
Do you take care of your immune system in other ways? Do you take probiotics? Are you cautious about your diet?
I'm not as cautious about my diet as I should be. I'm a junk foodaholic, actually.
Well, that seems like a terrible thing for your health.
It is a terrible thing for my health and something my wife is working on.
But that seems ridiculous for someone who works with health.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We need somebody fresh and fit, on point, ready to work out. What's wrong with you, Professor Hotez? Hit that gym. Stop eating those sugary snacks.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, man?
Sometimes, man, I just don't get it right.
How often?
What?
How often?
How often do I steal a bag of chips or something like that?
Do you eat garbage?
I don't know. No, hopefully not every day, but
hopefully not every day.
Yeah, maybe a couple of times a week.
Oh.
That's what with Rachel, my daughter with autism. That's like our thing is to.
Now, here's the thing. What I find interesting is that here he is on Joe Rogan's show. He's been on it a few times. What I want to ask him is, I don't see any chairs being thrown. I don't hear the audience yelling or booing. I don't hear the wisecracking. May you rest in peace, Jerry Springer, making some fun little snippets at you. And I don't see Steve rushing to the stage to prevent someone from knocking you out. It seems like you're having a nice civil conversation with Joe Rogan. I guess he forgot. Maybe it's all that junk food getting to his head.
Go to the it's called the burger joint or to Shake Shack to get a cheeseburger. We'll sneak some fries.
So you
live in large, we call it.
Like that mouth pleasure so much, you're willing to sacrifice a little bit.
I am, yeah. I can.
Gotta have that mouth pleasure. Hashtag mouse pleasure for Prof. Hotez.
I have to concede that's the case.
Well, there's, I don't have to tell you, but there's a large body of data that connects poor diet to a host of diseases. That seems like a crazy decision for a guy in your line of work.
There you go. Sometimes it's not all brain. It's something else.
But and
there he is smiling like a goofy idiot.
If you ate healthy food, the thing is your body starts craving healthy food. You start feeling
no question about it.
Do you take vitamins?
I don't take vitamins.
Really?
Yeah. I
Wow.
don't think they do. I don't think they're needed because
you need vitamins. Actually, there's a lot of vitamins and minerals that people do need. And let's face it, the food in America is downright deplorable. We talked about this on RBN last night. Here in the United States, good luck finding any product without sugar in it. Sugar is in everything that we eat. It's everywhere.
Hold up. You don't think they're needed while you're eating junk food?
Well, hopefully I'm not only eating junk food.
Okay,
right?
But there's a large body of clinical research on the efficacy of vitamins, especially vitamins D, vitamins B.
I have taken vitamin D for periods on the recommendation of my internist. Yeah.
What about essential fatty acids, which are great for your brain, fish oil, all these different things that are fantastic for
I'm not going to argue with you.
What is going on with you, doctor?
You got it over me. Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to play just a few short seconds of that because recently, again, as it stands out, good old Prof. Hotez went and ran to BSDNC to be on Mehdi Hassan's show to talk about how he was accosted and how he's being bullied on social media, even though he started it first. That's the thing. Twitter is a war zone. Twitter can also be a good spot, but it's also, for most part, 99% of it is just nothing more than a cesspool. But if you're going to be talking smack about somebody, Prof. Hotez, Prof. Hotez. Don't be a hoe. Talk and debate with Joe and RFK. Do it. So here's Mehdi Hassan, once again weighing in, trying to help out his buddy, his pal. Shout out to Case Study QB. Be sure to follow him on Twitter.
The latest fake controversy on the right is the refusal by one of America's top doctors, top vaccine experts, to debate one of America's top anti-vaxxers. Yes, podcaster Joe Rogan and Twitter owner Elon Musk are just some of the wealthy vaccine conspiracy.
First of all, BSDNC, the World Health Organization declared the pandemic over, and now there's a lot of questions being asked about it. And plus, remember, Mehdi, NBC not too long ago posted an article about how the vaccine has been associated with people getting tendonitis. That's true. That happened. We talked about it on Hard Lens Media. Your network, or one of your affiliates of your network, didn't you get the memo?
Enablers currently insisting that Dr. Peter Hotez debate anti-vaxxer Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is, lest we forget, running for the Democratic presidential nomination. Why would anyone think that's a debate worth having?
It is, because I'll get to it later. I won't be able to play the video because we'll get a copyright strike, but I'll show you a tweet, and I'll share that link for all of you in the live stream chat very soon.
What next? Neil deGrasse Tyson debates Alex Jones on astrophysics. Noam Chomsky debates Lauren Boebert on...
Oh my goodness, how clever are you? Your boy, Prof. Hotez, started the fight. He instigated it first, and now like a little punk, he's hiding. He picked a fight with somebody, and they stood up. All right, I lived in Chicago most of my life. You don't be talking smack, and then when somebody decides to step up, okay, it's on. He started it. He's being a punk now, hiding.
On Cartesian linguistics. It's crazy, but it's also scary, because Dr. Hotez now has...
Oh no, how is it scary?
People sending him threats and even showing up at his house.
Yes, the also infamous handshake of doom. Woogie boogie boogie.
As he told me on my show on this network last night, he's been under attack for years.
Absolutely. This time, Eddie, it's caused something really terrible, and that is during our COVID pandemic. I have a new book coming out that basically says 200,000 Americans needlessly perished because they believed the anti-vaccine disinformation.
Weren't you against the vaccine under Trump? Huh. I wonder. Maybe this is all being politically motivated. I don't know, but that is what you said, buddy.
And refused to take a COVID vaccine during our Delta wave and BA1 Omicron wave in 2021-22, after vaccines were widely available. So the point is, anti-vaccine disinformation, it's always done a lot of damage and harm, but now it's a lethal force in the United States. And that's why we have to have that discussion. And I offered to come and go on Joe Rogan again. I've been on a couple of times and have that discussion with him, but not to turn it into the Jerry Springer show.
Again, I've watched a lot of Joe Rogan's show. I know all of a sudden I'm being brainwashed by Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, RFK Jr. I'm being brainwashed by everybody. I've never once seen that entire show devolve into a screaming match, into a fight. So what this scumbag is doing, what this little liar is doing, what this little bug is doing is selling a lie to the American people, to the vote blue no matter who people, and saying, oh, I'm afraid it'll turn into a Jerry Springer-like fight. No, it won't. Why are you so afraid? You started the fight. You were on Joe Rogan's show once. Come on, look, the cancel culture wave is already done, so they can't cancel you. You would think vote blue no matter who would be rubbing your shoulder saying, you got this, Rock. You're a machine, Rock. You can take on RFK Jr. You got this. You're the scientist. You're the big brain person, Prof. Come on, Prof. Hotez. Don't be a hoe. Talk to Joe.
With having RFK Jr. on.
Now, I recently wrote a book about the importance of debating.
Yeah, your book. No one cares.
Called Win Every Argument, The Art of Debating, Persuading, and Public Speaking. But as I told Dr. Hotez last night, experts shouldn't agree to debate cranks.
Experts? Well, sometimes the experts can get it wrong there, buddy. Come on.
I mean, no serious person would consider having a preeminent World War II historian debate the Holocaust denier, just as no serious person should demand a debate on vaccine science between Dr. Hotez and non-Dr. RFK Jr.
Huh. Did you read RFK Jr.'s book? Did you read it? Did you look into it? Because let's talk about Hotez. Let's talk about Hotez. I want to pull up this video. Nico House. Let me share it with all of you lovely people.
So a professional weird guy and sometimes virologist who used to have the exact same takes as RFK Jr. on COVID vaccines.
What? Nico, do you have video proof? Because if he does, oh my goodness. Everybody sit back, relax, eat the popcorn, because a bombshell is going to be dropped in a 3, 2, 1.
Is now saying RFK Jr. has no idea what he's talking about, but he's scared to debate him on literally anything to do with the vaccine. Now, you should know that Joe Rogan was gracious enough to have Peter come on and actually argue his positions honestly and in good faith. But Peter actually attacked Joe Rogan and RFK Jr. whenever RFK went on his show to argue his points in good faith. But when he was requested by Joe Rogan and RFK Jr. to debate RFK Jr. on his points, he said, well, I'm not going to do that. He's an attorney and he actually knows what he's talking about. And I only like talking to people who agree with me. I mean, not exactly, but that's basically what he said. And I do want to make this part clear. He's willing to go on MSNBC and talk to Mehdi Hassan as Mehdi Hassan smears RFK Jr., but he's not willing to talk to RFK Jr. himself. I think two things are pretty clear. One, this has everything to do with RFK Jr.'s run and his proximity to Joe Biden in the polls. And two, the expert virologist, Peter Hotez, has no fucking idea what he is talking about. And yet they keep bringing him on these shows anyway. And you know how I know he has no idea what he's talking about? Because when you know what you're talking about, you're never afraid to talk to anybody about your expertise.
Agreed. Nico House was that home run homer. But first of all, while that home run homer is going out into the stadium, here comes none other than Matt Orfala with this outstanding collage video.
One of the things that we're not hearing a lot about is the unique potential safety problem of coronavirus vaccines.
Did you hear that? Prof. Hotez say that ain't so.
And then something changed.
Any vaccine released by emergency use authorization by the FDA is an outstanding vaccine.
J&J's vaccine has a risk of life-threatening blood clots.
When you hear the beep, that's the sound of safety.
So don't overthink it. They're both really good. They're all really good vaccines. Get vaccinated now.
You gotta call now.
If you wait, it's going to be really too late to protect your child.
If this was your child, what happens next could make it the worst day of your life.
So even though COVID poses zero threat to healthy children,
Vaccinate your children.
Do the right thing. Be safe and not sorry.
I'm strongly recommending for adolescents to get their 2 doses of vaccine and fully immunized after those 2 doses.
Advanced technology that can help save lives.
This is going to be a long-lasting vaccine.
A few moments later.
We're seeing that 2 doses is not holding up well for emergency room visits. It's not holding up well for hospitalizations.
Here we go again.
Everyone's going to need a booster. You need that 3rd immunization.
Triple the amount.
Get that 3rd immunization. The 2 mRNA vaccines were always a 3-dose vaccine. I've always said this is a 3-dose vaccine.
But I'm not done yet.
That 3rd immunization, the problem is it's not holding up.
Do you see a pattern here developing, folks? Do you see something happening here? Because I do. I want to pull up this tweet here from none other than Chicago's very own. He was recently on our show. Give it up for Jimmy Dore. Imagine how they would pounce and ridicule on RFK Jr. and Joe Rogan if they gave this response to challenge to debate vaccines and the COVID policy. Imagine RFK Jr. saying he won't be pressured to debate his idea with his critics. They will never stop hammering him over this. This is game over for the COVIDians. Again, he says, and I'm open to a number of different options, but to be pressured to give you an answer on Twitter now with a take it or leave it demand, that's not how I work. Honestly, I don't even think that would be in your best interest. Whoa, those are some tough words. Look, this is a non-answer. I challenged you publicly because you publicly quote tweeted and agreed with that dog shit Vice article. Here's Joe Rogan again sharing it. Because again, if you're really serious about what you stand for, you now have a massive opportunity for a debate that will reach the largest audience a discussion like this has ever had. Prof, Dr. Scientist, Professor Hotez. This is a chance for you to win over everybody and be the big alpha dog. Come on. What are you so afraid of? Oh, that's right, your own shadow. And that maybe you don't know what you're talking about, Prof. Hotez. Maybe you're afraid. And the thing is, I just want to share this with all of you. I will not play the video. But I will share this link for all of you in the live stream chat. In 2005, sharing that link. Miguel H., if you can, please share that in the live stream chat. Please continue sharing it. In 2005, this took place. Robert Kennedy Jr. was on Jon Stewart's show on Comedy Central. Jon Stewart said of mercury being in vaccines, it would seem when there's smoke, there's fire, and thanked RFK Jr. for getting the word out, adding, I know parents with kids with autism truly appreciate it. It's about a 7-minute long video. I watched it. Don't want to be hit with no copyright strike, but it's just something that all of you should be aware of and see firsthand. That happened. Hey, Prof. Hotez, you started a fight. Don't be a punk. Be a man and face RFK Jr. on Joe Rogan's show. There will be no chair throwing. There will be no Steve to break up a fight. There will be no audience members laughing at you. Well, maybe in the ether of the World Wide Web, but you started that fight. Don't hide behind CNN or BSDNC. You start a fight, you have to end it. Go to the debate. Because I think everyone's going to say that you're pretty much scared. In fact, let's have democracy in the chat. A type 1, if you think Prof. Hotez is being brave by not debating RFK Jr. on Joe Rogan's show. A type 2, no, he's being a punk. He's a punk and he's scared. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody's answers.